October 28, 2025 to order. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today, I'm just going to ask for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Present.
Spitali. Here.
What was that?
Venez.
Here.
Kowinski.
Here.
Salinas.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Emerson.
Here.
Rakels.
Here.
Warple.
Here, let the record show 9 present, 0 absent. Mayor?
Hi, nice to see you, Mr. President. Good to see the rest of the council. This is my report for October 27th. I'm going to keep it tight because I know we have a busy meeting. So, excuse me. Along with Chief of Staff, Corporate Counsel, and the Deputy and City Controller, traveled to Indianapolis to meet with Bose McKinney and Evans and our lobbying team in preparation for the 2026 legislative session in Indianapolis. As you all know, Andy Miller has been representing our city for at least 15 years. He's going to continue as the lobbyist for the city, which is good news for us. Andy's actually become the boss of that entire firm down there. So we have clout in the hallways of Indianapolis with the lobbyists that we've had for a long time. So it's great to have him back. He's got a great team around him, and they give us good briefings about what we can expect in the next legislative session. So held an internal meeting with my staff over a business in the 2nd District that wants to reclassify zoning. I talked to Councilman a little bit about this issue. I think we're going to follow that up. Attended the annual AIM conference in French Lick. AIM is Accelerate Indiana Municipalities. I want to thank Councilman Salinas and Councilman Warple for attending also. While I was there, attended the conference. I also attended the Indiana Conference of Mayors annual meeting. Numerous mayors from all across the state attended this session. We talked about SB1 pretty much continuously. If anything made me feel any better is I know that our governor and our legislature is run by a supermajority of Republicans, and I could tell you that the Republican mayors are probably more upset than we are. And I think ultimately that's going to help us. There is a lot of consternation across the state of Indiana in both parties about the massive cuts that are going to be experienced by our government in 1 year, by the school city in 1 year, by the county in 1 year. The massive overhaul that the governor is proposing is not being met well by municipal elected officials like ourselves. So we talked a lot about that. I've heard about some possible fixes that are coming, and I just understand that the governor called the General Assembly back into special session today to redistrict. So maybe while they're there playing with the lines, maybe they'll actually get some stuff done for the Hoosiers, because we need answers on what we're going to do in 1 year. And to this point, they still can't tell the city, Hammond, or any other city across Indiana how much we're going to lose under SB1, nor could they tell us how much we would gain if we passed a municipal income tax. We're flying blind, and we have less than a year to make massive decisions. So it's not just us in this boat. Cities and towns across Indiana are dealing with these big-time issues and questions. So also attended the annual Volunteers Day breakfast at the Dynasty Banquet Hall. It was well attended. It's a great event. I love that event. Just to see all the people that work so hard for our city to give back to them is a nice thing. Also attended Hammond FOP's Back the Blue event in Highlands Downtown Park. It was actually not just the Hammond FOP, it was Hammond, Highland, and Whiting FOPs. It was really cold out and it was a little bit rainy, so it wasn't as well attended as they had hoped, but it was nice to go there and pay my respects to the people that keep our city safe. So that's my report, unless you have any questions, Mr. President.
Does anybody have any questions for the mayor?
Thank you very much.
You. Item number 4, approval of minutes.
I ask that we approve the minutes from October 14th meeting and place them on file. Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Salinas, seconded by Councilman Emerson. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 5, approval of claims.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Benez.
yes, I move for approval of claims beginning with claims dated October 8th, 2025, and ending with claims dated October 22nd, 2025, claim number 9295 through claim number 9758 inclusive, in the amount of $7,801,651.27. I so move.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Benez, seconded by Councilman Rakos. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed. Item number 6, public hearings. There are item number 7, communications. Does anybody have any communications?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Salinas.
The Capital Improvement Board did not meet on October 20th, so there is no report. And also, I will be bringing out ordinance 2528 for third and final.
Does anybody else have anything under communications? Does anybody else have anything under communications? Hearing none, communications are closed. Item number 8, committee reports.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Benez.
yes, I'd like to announce the upcoming Community and Crime Watch meetings. Let me see, Wednesday, November 5th, 6:30 p.m., Edison Community Watch will be meeting at Edison School. Tuesday, November 4th, Harrison Crime Watch will meet at 6 p.m. at the VFW on Homan Avenue, across from Harrison Park. Hessville Crime Watch will meet Thursday, November 20th, 6 p.m. at the HC3 Community Center. Irving Community Watch will meet Tuesday, November 11th, 9:30 a.m. at Irving School. And the Whiting Robertsdale Crime Watch will meet Thursday, November 13th, 6:30 p.m. at Calumet College. I'd also like to announce that starting November 1st, the Hammond Community Watch, Hammond Urban Enterprise Association, and Mayor McDermott will be offering a free Ring doorbell program. The announcement or the ad will be in CR Publications effective November 1st. Applications will be taken through November 14th, and there will be a drawing on November 25th to announce or to determine the lucky winners of the free Ring doorbell. If anybody has any questions on that, feel free to give me a call. And please attend a community or crime watch meeting, because community is not just about me. It's about us. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Does anybody else have anything on the committee reports?
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Benez.
Council as a whole will be bringing out 2523 through 2529.
Thank you. Does anybody else have anything on the committee reports? Does anybody else have anything on the committee reports? Committee reports are now closed. Item number 9, ordinance third reading and final passage.
Ordinance 2523, sponsored by Mayor McDermott, the City of Hammond 2026 budget proposal.
Mr. President,
Councilman Rakos.
I make a motion that we pass 2523.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Rakos, seconded by Councilwoman Benez. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Clerk Golick, before we take a vote on this matter, I am requesting that the clerk add the following to the minutes before we take this vote. The City Council has received an objection to the budget pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-7, 1-17.5. If the budget is adopted by the vote this evening, I am requesting that a finding be made with the budget noting this objection and that any testimony made at public comment tonight regarding this budget be made part of the record. Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
No.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Riekels.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show 8 in favor, 1 opposed.
Ordinance 25-24, the 2026 budget proposal for the Hammond redevelopment, sponsored by Councilman Spitali and Councilwoman Vines.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
I move for final passage of 2524.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Vines, seconded by, was it Councilman Spitali? Clerk Golick, I am requested that you add the following to the minutes before we vote on this budget. The City Council has received an objection to the budget pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-17-5. If the budget is adopted by a vote this evening, I am requesting that a finding be made with the budget noting this objection and that any testimony made at public comment tonight regarding this budget be made part of the record. Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Riekels.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show. The motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Ordinance 25-25, the 2026 budget proposal for the Sanitary District of Hammond Sewer Maintenance Fund and the Special Sanitary Debt Service Fund, sponsored by Councilwoman Vines and Councilman Spitali.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
I move for final passage of 2525.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Vines, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Clerk Golick, I am requesting that you add the following to the minutes before we take a vote on this budget. The City Council has received an objection to the budget pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1-1-17-5. If the budget is adopted by a vote this evening, I am requested that the finding be made with the budget noting this objection and that any testimony made at public comment tonight regarding this budget be made part of the record. Roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kalwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Riekels.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Ordinance 25-26, sponsored by Mayor McDermott. An ordinance fixing the salaries and wages of all city officials and employees of the city of Hammond, Indiana, other than those fixed by statute or by ordinance hereinfore enacted, and fixing the effective date thereof.
Mr. President,
Councilman Rakos.
make the motion for final passage of 2526.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Rakos, seconded by Councilwoman Vines. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Mayor?
for the record, it's 2% raises for all employees unless they are covered by a union contract that says otherwise. And quite frankly, I think most of the union contracts agree with the 2%. One of them that's not is the police, I believe, police negotiated 3.5. So the police is 3.5, but that was negotiated by contract, but everybody else is pretty much at 2% anyway. So I just wanted to point that out for the record.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander,
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Kowinski,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Emerson,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Ordinance number 25-27, sponsored by Mayor McDermott. An ordinance fixing the salaries and wages of all police officers and firefighters of the city of Hammond, Indiana, other than those fixed by statute or by ordinance heretofore enacted, and fixing the effective date thereof.
Mr. President,
Councilman Rakos.
move for final passage of 2527.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Rakos, seconded by Councilwoman Vines. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Mayor?
for clarification, the police union negotiated for 2026 a 3.5% pay raise, and we all signed that contract. And the fire department had other priorities during negotiations, and they accepted to take 2% for this year, and we all signed that. It was different negotiating strategies by police and fire. That's why the numbers are different. Not that we love one more than the other. They just had different priorities, okay? For clarification, I just wanted to put that on the record.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Has that created any upset?
Mr. President?
Co-
No,
Mayor?
sir. No, sir. They literally had different priorities, Councilman, and the fire department negotiated for things that were more important to them, and the police department was negotiated more for pay. That was the first time in my career that I've seen them break off like that. But they both got what they wanted, so, yeah, thank you for the question.
Any further discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler?
Mayor, can you remind me the annual, what do we call it? The bonus, the residency bonus that they're getting? Is that in addition to like initial hiring bonus too if they live in the city? Or
It's in addition to this, Councilman,
It's additional.
yes. I'm trying to remember what that amount is. 4,800 a year.
they're both 48? Because, okay, got it.
Right.
And that's annually?
Yes, sir. That's what we do to keep our police and firemen who have the state law right to live anywhere they want. We give them that bonus as an incentive. We've been doing it since we took over 20 years ago, Councilman.
And how much do we forgive on a home loan if they buy in
I think
Hammond?
it's up to 10,000 now. Anybody?
It's 10,000 is upfront, so they're down payment.
Okay. 10,000, for the record, I know Councilman heard it, $10,000 to encourage police officers and firemen to make their home in Hammond. So there's a lot of incentives, and by the way, we also do take home cars for Hammond residents, so we really try to take care of our police and firemen that live in the city. And
Does that apply to a rent subsidy if they rent in Hammond?
I'm not
No.
positive, Councilman.
I don't think so.
No,
No.
yeah, you have to buy, yes, sir. Thanks. I think we're doing pretty well, by the way. I know a lot of police officers that live in the city, and it makes me feel better. And, you know, I realize there's more that live out than live in, but we have a pretty significant number living in the city. And I think if you compared us to, like, the South Bends of the world and, you know, like departments, I think we compete well in the percentage that live here, so. Hey, George.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander,
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines,
Yes.
Kowinski,
Yes.
Salinas,
Yes.
Tyler,
Yes.
Emerson,
Yes.
Rakos,
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Ordinance number 2528, sponsored by Councilman Salinas. An ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana, authorizing payments in lieu of taxes.
I move for final passage of ordinance 2528.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Salinas, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Salinas.
This is the payment in lieu of taxes agreement between the city and the Renaissance Towers and Apartments. This is an agreement that will begin in 2027 for the amount of $95,000, and it'll increase annually at 3% for a term of 30 years. This $27 million investment will include all 450 units, as well as both senior living facilities, both towers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Mayor?
I appreciate Councilman Al for bringing that up. It seems like we got a lot of action in downtown Hammond. This is, there's another one that's following shortly, we're going to be announcing soon. And we did the bank, and it's filled. You know, the Renaissance is right off downtown. This is the largest affordable housing project, redevelopment project going in the state of Indiana right now, and we'll be coming to you with another announcement shortly. And to me, the train line is what's giving the investors the confidence to invest in our downtown. So I think Councilman Al is going to be busy during this term, and it's right over there on the border between the 1st and the 2nd district for Councilman Mark as well. So I know that it was a long time ago we decided to give money to that rail expansion, but I'm telling you, we noticed a difference, especially in downtown Hammond with people that want to invest there. Raimundo Garcia of El Taco Real recently opened his Eat restaurant for the weekends in downtown Hammond, so we have another dining option. So I think that we're heading in the right direction, so.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing no further discussion, Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Vines.
Yes.
Galwinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show, 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
Ordinance 25-29, sponsored by Councilwoman Vines. An ordinance enacting proposed amendments to the system of user fees for the operation and maintenance of the city stormwater system.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman Vines.
yes, I move for final passage of 2529.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilwoman Vines, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Mayor?
if the council chooses to enact this stormwater fee, even after the full implementation of the fee, will still be the lowest. When you consider the combined water, sewer, and stormwater, will still be the cheapest municipality in the state of Indiana by a long stretch. You know, I think there's one thing that you could say with positivity is Hammond, our water, sewer, and stormwater fees are the lowest in the state, bar none. So this is adding a little bit, it's $1.25 we're adding, and so I think it's what, $15 a year that we're adding right now, and that $15 a year with all of our residents will add up to be over $1 million. And Mylan has already pledged that $1 million from the Hammond Sanitary District to the Capital Improvement Board, which will help us with stormwater repairs. And I know that there's a number of council people that sit on the Capital Improvement Board, and I know that an extra $1 million to help you out with all the needs that we have in the city will go, help us. So I hope you consider this. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
we're saying about $1 million will go to sanitary. How much total are we anticipating getting from this fee?
Good question. Mylan, you want to come up? This is Mylan Krasinski, he's the superintendent or the administrator, CEO of the Hammond Sanitary District. What's your title?
No, district manager.
District manager.
No CEO. I'm sorry, Councilman, you had a question.
How much revenue will we anticipate from the user fee?
Sure. The first year, it'll be $1 million.
$1 million.
Yep.
So
And
pretty much all of
second
it's
year-
going to the CIB.
The majority of it will be going towards the CIB, yes.
And after that, when it's more than $1 million,
Then it'll still be $1 million each year to CIB. The stormwater department then will be able to use those funds to do other improvements in the stormwater system throughout the
Sure.
city.
okay, thanks.
Welcome.
Any further discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler.
just one more question. Sorry, Mylan, but how much would you anticipate you guys are spending per year in repairs now?
Best guess, the stormwater budget's right around $4.5 million. So a lot of that goes to the sewer department to help them out, and then the rest goes to fix whatever sewers we need done throughout the city that end up breaking.
How much,
Well, oh yeah, so, right. Probably within the next week to 10 days, when the permit comes back from the state, you're going to see a bit of a closure at 150th and Calumet because another sewer has broken there. So
how much would you say you could be spending on repairs per year?
we don't have enough money. Really, in all honesty, we have about 200 miles of storm sewers throughout the city, which is along the curb line, basically. And it would be hundreds of millions of dollars in order to try to replace all that. So this is a fix in place, Councilman.
Like as needed.
As needed, yes.
Yeah. Last question. What does this mean to residents?
Well, what we're hoping to get out of this is a lot of being able to attack and take care of the flash floods that we had this past summer. We have to, again, maintain those sewers, but we also have to repair them so the sewers have more capacity, and then we could be able to accept all those flash floods and the 100-year rains every 2 or 3 years.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. President, could I respond to that as well?
Yeah, man.
You know, every month I get a report from Jack Smith. You all know Jack. Jack's in charge of the sewer department, and he tells me, Mayor, we got 25 miles done this month. And literally, that's the purpose of the sewer department, is to go out and vacuum out our sewers so that when we do have that big rainfall, there's nothing there impeding the stormwater going around. And I have to tell you, Jack's crew, they do a great job. They're regularly making progress. I forgot how long they told me it takes for them to get entirely across the city. Every 5 years. They start from and they work their way methodically through the city, and then after 5 years, they go back and they start all over again. But they literally, it's one of the reasons when we have horrible rainstorms that we're able to accept it. And you go to some other cities and you'll see a lot of the water that's in the street. It's because their sewers are clogged and collapsed. And, you know, and if we do have a problem with the sewer, Jack's team will find it, tell Mylan, and then Mylan's got to have money in the budget to be able to repair it. You know, I remember one we had on Kennedy, that was super expensive, right? That was a horrible one, you know, so sometimes you have those come along. That was the one where we had Kennedy shut down for 2 months. Yeah. So this is like he said. And you know, I don't have to tell the council this. For the last 25 years that we've had gaming, you know, Councilman Mark would do a street back in the day, and we had a lot more gaming money, and Councilman Mark would come up with $3 million and he'd do a whole block or a couple blocks. And part of that money that Councilman Mark spent his gaming money on back then covered water infrastructure, because the Hammond Water Department didn't have enough money to do that. So we would just pay for it. And it would also cover stormwater and other fees that the sanitary district should have been covering, but they didn't have any money either. And so we're sort of estimating how much money we've spent over the years. Right now, I know the dean and the engineering department's coming up with a number. You know, we did this much. Since gaming came, we did this much work for the water department, we did this much work for the sanitary district. But I think what we're doing now, I think Mylan's, the $1 million is definitely gonna help us cover the costs that we incur covering for them. So I think it's good. And Barry, it's $1.25 the first year.
Yeah.
That's no fun, but it's $1.25. It's like,
Yeah, and I wasn't questioning
I know
kind
that.
of the need. I was just wanted, you know, residents
that.
a lot of times ask,
Yes, sir.
we're raising this, where does the money go? And
anytime we're raising rates, I have no problem being transparent, Councilman, so.
I know when, two projects, Schneider Street, that we had to add sewers down the middle of it because of the flooding problem down the hill off 169th. And I know when we redid Mahoney Drive, just to attach the sewer there by, I think it's 174th Street, it was about $250,000 that was added to those
Right.
two projects.
And they have money in the sanitary budget that covers those emergencies that come up, but that money runs out pretty quick too,
Yeah.
especially if it's a $3 million hit.
Any further discussion?
I can tell you guys with certainty, the Hammond Sanitary District doesn't have a lot of money. They don't, okay? And if you're asking me about the water department's in a different fiscal position, and they were broke for a long time, but the water department's definitely a lot, and they don't use property taxes, which is why they're not here. But the Hammond Sanitary District, they're operating on a hairstring budget right now, so they are. And as you all know, we have big expectations from the federal government approaching us within the next decade or so, so.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing no further discussion, Clerk Golick, roll call.
Alexander.
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Vines.
Yes.
Kowinski.
Yes.
Salinas.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Emerson.
Yes.
Rakos.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes, let the record show the motion carries 9 in favor, 0 opposed.
President Warple, that concludes the ordinances for final passage.
Thank you, Clerk Golick. Item number 10, introduction of ordinance.
President Warple, I want to thank the council for working with Megan's office and working with the administration to get that done. It's always a relief to get the budget done, so thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Item A, ordinance 25-30, sponsored by Councilman Kowinski. An ordinance reclassifying certain lands in the city of Hammond for zoning purposes and amending ordinance number 8514, which is an ordinance establishing a zoning plan for the city of Hammond, including the regulations and maps to administer the zoning plan in order to provide for orderly growth and development within the city, all in accordance with the comprehensive land use plan as amended, for a property commonly known as 3518 Sheffield Avenue and 345 136th Street.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kowinski.
I move that 25-30 move through first and second reading, be referred to council as a whole for November 10th, 5:15 PM meeting, and also for this ordinance to go through an intent to consider for November 10th. Thank you.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Kowinski, seconded by Councilman Salinas. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kowinski.
this is a new development in the First District on land that has been primarily underutilized, and this development is an opportunity to put something there that makes sense, given that it's right next to a lake, and Lake Michigan is 2 miles away, for boats and RVs. And I'm excited to see how this goes. The developer is eager to work with us. It's about 21 acres, 7 of which is wetlands and 2 different locations on the property that will remain undisturbed. And we're looking at a couple of buildings, one with a roof for the RVs and boats, another one that's enclosed, as well as a 3-story self-storage facility. Both of those, the developer hopes to break ground on in June of 2026. And that's all I got.
Any further discussion?
Mr. President,
Mayor?
I echo what Councilman Mark's saying. I think this is a great project in a great location. It's land that's been underutilized for a long time. It's like a $20 million investment. It's going to be sightly. It's going to have solar power. RV parking, I've learned recently, is RV storage is a problem in the region. Boat storage, it makes total sense being close to the marina. I think this is a great project, so I hope you guys strongly consider this.
You may want to consider it.
I have fun. That's how I learned RV parking so hard.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the ayes have it.
Item B, ordinance 25-31, sponsored by Councilman Kowinski. An ordinance vacating a 446.06 portion of 125th Street lying east of the east right-of-way line of Gasper Avenue and west of the west right-of-way line of New York Avenue in the 1400 block of New York Avenue in the city of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kowinski.
I move that 25-31 2025-31 pass through first and second reading and be referred to council as a whole for a 5:15 PM committee meeting on November 10th.
Second.
Motion's been made by Councilman Kowinski, seconded by Councilman Spitali. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kowinski.
this property is, while it says it's a street, it really is not a street. It never became a street. And so the college needs this vacated for their future development for a community park and a practice field and a trail. And so vacating this property will make all those things possible on property adjacent to the college, which is currently owned by redevelopment and will be leased to the college by redevelopment on a long-term basis, I do believe. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.
President Warple, that concludes the introduction of ordinances.
Thank you, Clerk Golick. Item number 11, resolutions, there are none. Item number 12, new and unfinished business. Looking at the calendar here, our next couple of meetings don't really conflict with the holidays, except Monday the 22nd. Do we want to just go ahead and have that meeting on that day, rather than move it around? We all good?
Sorry, what was your question?
Monday, December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas.
What do you want to do with it?
Well, sometimes we move it when it's real close to the holiday, but this is still 3 days away.
I say we leave it.
I say leave it.
Leave it? Okay, so, and then we have one on the 24th of November, but the 27th is Thanksgiving, so leave that one too?
Yep.
Cool, thank you. Anybody else got anything on the new and unfinished?
Hey, Mr. President,
Councilman Salinas.
I want to make an announcement that there will be a tree planting event at Irving Park this Saturday, November 1st. It's sponsored by the Delta Institute and the Davie Resource Group. The event will take place at 9:30 a.m. The group will be meeting at the south parking lot on Municipal Drive near the playground at Irving Park. Again, this Saturday, November 1st at 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilman Tyler.
I didn't see Mr. Salinas, Councilman Salinas, at my tree planting event this weekend, but I'll be at yours hopefully. But no, I just wanted to thank the Delta Group for coming out to Harrison Park this past weekend. I think we planted maybe close to 40 to 50 trees. It was a great turnout, between 25 and 30 volunteers. It was perfect weather. We were done in less than 2 hours. So I want to thank the Hammond Parks Department and looking forward to the tree planting event in Irving Park as well. So if you are free, please join us. It's a great time. Spend some time out in nature, plant some trees that hopefully we'll see within the next at least 5 to 10 years start to, really grow, and of course, beyond that. But I also wanted to announce that this weekend I was able to attend an event hosted by the Hope Angels Fund of Northwest Indiana at Hammond Central, where Roland Parrish came back to Hammond and discussed his journey with battling cancer. So wanted to just thank that organization for all the support they provide for people fighting cancer in our area, and for Roland Parrish for sharing his story and for all he does for our school city and for our civil city. Also wanted to announce that the Hammond Public Library is hosting a Halloween party Thursday, I believe, from 5 to 7 p.m., of course, here in Hammond. So if you all have little children that you want to bring, there'll be some fun activities there as well. And then I just wanted to take a quick second and acknowledge a young man from the city of Hammond and give prayers and condolences to his family. One of my fraternity brothers, Dwayne Washington, who was the longtime director of the Hammond Boys and Girls Club, passed away unexpectedly this weekend. He was someone who was a mentor to a lot of youth in our city and across Northwest Indiana. He was a great fraternity brother. He was a great young man. So just wanted to send condolences to his family. Arrangements are still being made. Once we have more information, I'll definitely share them. But really want to send heartfelt condolences to his family as his presence will be missed across our city. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else have anything on the new and unfinished?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Vines.
I neglected to mention the Jefferson Crime Watch. Newly formed group is going to meet at Jefferson School Wednesday, November 12th, 6 p.m. So please come out, support the efforts of this new group, and learn what's going on in your neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything on the new and unfinished?
Mr. President,
Councilman Emerson.
the annual Vets Appreciation Day will be held November 1st at 10 a.m. This is the 12th annual Veterans Appreciation Parade in Hammond. It'll go from Alcott Avenue down 173rd and Kennedy Avenue, and there is a short Lima will be there, a flight team fly over, and American Legion and VFWs. There's a short Hammond Parks and Recreation number, and you can call them 219-853-6378 for information on the Lima Veterans Appreciation Day Parade. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything on the new and unfinished?
Yes, one more thing, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Vines.
I just wanted to remind everybody that the Hammond Police Department is hosting a trunk or treat on Thursday, October 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Hammond Police Station on Douglas Street. This is a great opportunity not only for the kids to dress up, but to come out and meet our police officers, meet the people who serve and protect us, and allow us to sleep at night knowing that they're there to protect us. So please, come out, bring your children. I know they will appreciate it. And it'll be fun. The kids will get candy. Thank you.
Councilman Kowinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to express my regrets to our residents for moving forward with the public hearing on the city budget before the budget was readily available to the public at the last council meeting. It may have been legal, but it showed a lack of transparency on our part, and the optics were dreadful. I would like to be more transparent, I would like to see the council put our agenda, ordinances, and resolutions online before each meeting so the public can participate fully in the process. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman Vines.
Yes, Councilman Kalwinski, have you checked with our IT department? It seems to me that that would be rather labor-intensive, particularly with a budget as thick as this is, or any other ordinance for that matter.
I believe those discussions are worth having. Thank you.
Pardon me?
I believe those discussions are worth having with IT.
Mr. President?
Thank you.
Councilman Tyler.
Yeah, Councilman Kowinski, thanks for bringing it up. I meant to address that earlier. So I did reach out to our IT department about getting those ordinances on the website, at least as we get them. So just for the public to know, we get our packets usually Thursday morning, the Thursday before our Monday meetings. And I was talking to our IT department about the possibility of when we get our packets, them getting a copy and uploading it to the website. As of right now, they feel like they can adhere to that request, but we're still in conversations to make sure, one, if it's uploaded to the website, it's done so in a place that is easily accessible for residents to find, as well as in the right format. So I am hopeful that we'll be able to figure this out hopefully within the next few weeks. So for example, the ordinances that were up for consideration tonight were added to the website. Like I said, I think we're still trying to figure out, and Ray, thank you for your support in that. We're still trying to figure out exactly where they should list. The agenda was not listed, so I think that's something that was just a miss on my part. But I do think that we can figure out a way to get our packet out there earlier so that residents can see that in advance of our meeting. The other thing I wanted to discuss was if it will be possible for us to list ordinances that we are considering for third and final on the agenda as well. Clerk Golick, I'm not sure exactly what that will look like because there could be instances where they aren't brought out for third and final. But just wondering if that's a possibility for us to list, ordinances potentially available for third and final on our agenda.
I can address that part of it. That would be kind of tough because they have to clear committee before they come out. I mean, I don't know.
The clerk has no knowledge of what the council will bring off for third and final passage.
Yeah.
They bring one or two up,
Yeah.
they bring them all out, it's up to the council. The agenda is fully the responsibility of the council. I just prepare it for you.
And as
Got it.
far as what you brought up, we have had some discussions with the mayor's office and IT, and we need to work out the logistics of it. I know sometimes, ordinances and resolutions are due by Wednesday, but they're running a little late, and an exception has to be made. And we got to work out, like, okay, what day will they be up? Maybe Friday morning or whatever, and it's my understanding that I don't feel like anybody has a problem with it that I'm aware of, but we just got to talk with IT and Scott and the mayor's office to work out the details of it, but I don't see it being an issue.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Mr. President. I didn't think that anybody had an issue with it. Just wanted to start the conversation so we could figure out exactly, to your point, the logistics of getting it done. So, thank you.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kowinski.
I appreciate Councilwoman Venez's comments, and I appreciate Barry Tyler, Councilman, for pursuing that with the IT department and with Ray, and for your input as well with the mayor. I think this is one of those things that will have to be sort of tossed around and see how it lands, and it may take several different looks as we get to what is the best way to present this online. So thank you to everybody for wanting to pursue this and make it work. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. President, one more thing. The agenda,
Councilman Tyler.
sorry, the agendas are listed, so sorry about that. They are already listed on the website. So I think to your point, though, it is maybe just figuring out how we can list the ordinances under that agenda so that people don't have to search in two different areas, and they can find all the information in one place. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
I know I don't have a voice, Mr. President,
Councilwoman Alexander?
but I can also just share that there are ways, and I can talk with IT about it, because there's certain ways that we do things even on our side in education with links, because if you're posting a PDF version of it, you can actually post a legible link that can link to a file that's held in a drive somewhere that can be accessed. So that's something that they can take a look into as well.
Will that be on a floppy disk?
No, it's a direct link when you're posting on a website. It's just ways now with technology that makes it a lot more easy and accessible now.
I still have dial-up.
Oh, Lord.
Before we move to public expression, while you guys were talking about trees being planted, I want to thank the SCA and the Hammond Park Department, because I took that tour of Oak Hill Cemetery about a month back, and there's a story of Rimback, from Rimback Street, and his son, who was a Hammond police chief, on his 70th birthday, the son's birthday or something, went to plant a pine tree out on his grave, and when he was digging the hole, he dropped over dead. And when I heard the story, I contacted the SCA and see if they could donate one more pine tree, so almost 80 years later, that tree was planted a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
So we do plant trees. Anybody else have anything under new and unfinished business? Hearing none, public expression, Tom? Kazmierzak?
Hello, council. First, Councilwoman Vines, thank you for remembering the Jefferson Crime Watch. I appreciate that. I wanted to come up and say thank you to the city. Some of you I know have been pestering about the truck issue we had over at the old Walmart parking lot for a couple months. Recently, that was remedied with a lot of help from various people, including code enforcement, police department. Immediately after the signs went up, it looks exponentially better. There's not trash blowing around. There's not people fixing trucks. I think at one point there were people barbecuing. I'm not sure if people were living there or not, but it seemed that way. So I just wanted to say thank you for the city, to the city for fixing that. And when I find my next thing to complain about, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And so you don't feel left out, Councilman Salinas. I did see Councilman Tyler Saturday at his tree planting, so I'll be sure to see you at yours on Saturday. Thank you.
I went out there looking in the grass because I heard there's a certain kind of lizard out there.
Geico?
Robert Benoit, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Hammond City Council, citizens of Hammond, for letting me talk tonight. My name's Robert Benoit, and tonight I'm here representing the Hammond Alumni Association. 10 years ago, Hammond High alums Bill Markovich and Jeff Colby started doing tailgating reunions as a way of reuniting old friends and making new ones. The idea came up to start giving out scholarships to Hammond High seniors, with the source of the monies coming from hosting golf outings, raffles, and other fundraisers, which started the 501c3 Hammond Alum Cats. After years of donating time and money, the name was changed to the Hammond Alumni Association, which included giving scholarships funding to the new Hammond Central and Hammond Morton High Schools. But now here is the problem. The problem doesn't lie in funding, as one would expect. The problem lies with the City of Hammond, school City of Hammond, and the principals of the two high schools. This past year, we carried a balance of about $16,000 and only had 8 students apply for scholarships. Of that, we awarded 3 $1,000 scholarships. 3. Is this an issue of the school City of Hammond not pushing the schools, or the principals not getting the kids applying, or just the kids not caring? Seen that a lot myself, being a father of 3. While talking with my young Centier banker, Samantha Shapiro, a few months ago, she told me that in high school in Hobart, they marched the seniors down to the cafeteria, line them up, and start filling out scholarships. Indeed, even one of my daughters at Hobart High School benefited from this procedure. This group of Hammond alumni, many of whom no longer live in Hammond or have kids in Hammond schools, are doing their part to help the kids in Hammond make it to the next level in education. A ton of names that I have listed here are just like a who's who of Hammond graduates that show up to our fundraisers, donate money, so we can help kids get to college. But what support have we gotten from the City of Hammond? When I asked that question, I've been told that Barry Tyler and Katrina Alexander are the only people from the city that have supported our fundraisers. And so now the people are asking, if we're only going to have $3,000 given away in scholarships, we have a golf outing, we do a raffle or something like that. We can make money. We have the people that are Hammond grads that know how to make money. And they're asking, why should we even stay in Hammond anymore? And so now they want to take this Hammond Alumni Association to the county level. So the two Hammond high schools will be thrown in the fishbowl with the rest of the county schools. I'm willing to bet that Crown Point schools and Lake Central schools will soak up the majority of the scholarships. So if the city of Hammond, the mayor's office haven't supported Hammond alumni in the past, they might want to start now if it isn't already too late. Show up and donate. Thank you all. I will stay behind for a few minutes if anyone would like to talk about this. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.